Up next is our Commitment to Success Spotlight, brought to you by Provident Bank. Provident Bank, commitment you can count on. Joining us today from the Windy City, Chicago State, senior guard CJ Ray. CJ, thanks so much for taking the time with us.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
I know you guys are happy. You got a really good win on Saturday at the Jones Center over a very good Mercyhurst team. How did getting that first one in the books feel for you guys?
Man, it was a relief. Down the stretch, we had a couple, we slipped away, a couple losses that slipped away from us. So, getting it at home, big game, it was great, great feeling.
Speaking about a big game, you had the big game, probably the biggest game of the season in the conference, 37 points. You did it in a variety of ways. You were in the zone. I've waited my whole life to get in a zone like you got into on Saturday. How did that feel when the ball just keeps going in?
Oh man, it felt good, just being able to showcase my game in different areas of the on the court, as well as get my teammates involved. So it was fun. It was great, So yeah.
So you casually dropped like a 75 footer before the half there. So I looked up the stats. You're absolutely leading the nation in three-quarter court shooting percentage now. So congratulations on that, being one for one.
Appreciate
Um,
it.
do you guys practice your half court shots, your long shots, or is this just, once in a lifetime? You put it up and you
Um,
got the prayer answered.
well, my old school, I usually do it just to play around. But I always said like, if I ever get the opportunity, I'm going to make it. And I put enough on it, and I just left it up there, and you seen what happened. So it was a great feeling, a great moment.
I love it.
Yeah, that was a perfect play call. CJ, you spent 3 years at Division II Southern Arkansas before hitting the portal this offseason and landing at Chicago State. It seemed like you were in the portal for a while this past offseason. Kind of take me through your recruiting journey where you eventually connected with Coach Bussey in Chicago State.
Well, so my second year at SAU, I actually had a wonderful year. Like I was probably averaging like 19 and 9 or something like
Mhm.
that. At the end of the season, I ended up tearing my ACL. So I ended up like doing rehab. I was going redshirt, but then I was like, man, I'm attacking rehab so well. Got cleared on Thanksgiving of last season. Played decent. We didn't make the tournament. So it was kind of hard for me, teams like knowing like, CJ's a good dude, a good player, but we're not sure if he's going to be 100%, So that was a lot of the reason why like I was in the portal for so long, talking to a lot of guys, a lot of teams, had a lot of interest, but nobody wanted to really take that chance. So I ended up talking to this, Chicago State, probably in July, a little earlier. And they were just telling me like how they really like my game and everything. And I told them, I'm interested. Never been to Chicago. I'm a country guy from North Carolina. I'm in the sticks with it. So this was different, but like Division I is my dream. They ended up calling me back, later on, beginning of August, I believe, and gave me the scholarship. So it was a blessing in disguise, man. That's how I got here.
Yeah, I'm sure you thought at some point you weren't going to get picked up by a Division I program. What was the pivot if Chicago State didn't call?
I was actually going to go pro. I was already going to like pro camps, stuff like that. I had literally just got back from a camp in Oklahoma, and they had called me like literally on my way back on the road. It was like, like we want you. So it was just like a quick fix, like a quick change. Like, yes, I'm going D1. Like, got to.
How good does it feel to be in D1 now, playing at the highest division level in college basketball?
It feels amazing, especially coming from JUCO, coming from a small high school team, not a lot of people could go Division I. So, just continuing to like stick to it, keep God first, pray about it and just continue to put in the work. And it finally showed.
CJ, let's get back to your journey a little bit. You touched on it already. You started North Carolina, played the high school ball there, then to the Texas Panhandle, to Frank Phillips, then to Southern Arkansas, now Chicago. It's cold in Chicago. What's that like now for you?
Man, cold. I would say this is probably like it's funny because my people were actually here at the game, this past game, and they were like, "Man, how do you do this? Like, it's so cold here." Like, we just got snow, which is funny, but it's like we got a little bit of snow. We like acting like this was a blizzard. Like, we out there with oh no, it's crazy. So it's very different. When I was in Texas, we had a little bit of snow. We had a lot more heat and then in the winter we had a little bit of snow and stuff like that. So this is very different. I've been like I've shown that I'm able to adapt to new environments. So I've been able to figure it out a little bit. But I think my main thing is don't go outside.
That's that's good advice. Well, all right, before it got super cold out, what's the best thing about your Chicago experience? What do you like about the city?
Oh man, I love downtown. I'm a food guy. I love trying new things. So it's a lot of different things that I've tried here. Still things that I've tried the deep dish. Not really a big fan of it. But I've tried a lot of different foods here that I really like.
That was
Love-
the right answer, by the way, about deep dish. Good, well done, CJ.
I don't know. Don't I like both types. Don't hate on the deep dish. It's probably good.
Yeah.
CJ, you talked about averaging 19 points a game at Southern Arkansas, and I looked at your numbers, and this year at Chicago State, you're even more efficient at a higher level. What has
Mhm.
been kind of the jump in your efficiency this year?
I think that my coach from my old school, he was my new coach for my last year. He was just telling me how like I just needed to worry about taking the right ones and just taking them, like what's the word? Like just like confidence. I think a lot of the shots that I used to take weren't as confident as they are now. And I think that now that I'm an older guy and I'm kind of more in that leadership role guy, it's kind of like, I have to make a play. Like, and this is like last chance you for me. Like I'm trying to make this a career. So I think that just knowing like, I gotta keep my foot on and keep going. And I think that the mentality I have now is different. And I think that just shows in my game and my efficiency.
CJ, you have a bit of old school style to your game. You the way you pull up, your mid range, your runners off the dribble. Is there an NBA player or a player from your past that you've tried to emulate a bit?
Man, a lot of guys. I used to watch Paul Millsap. I always been a Carmelo fan. I've watched a lot of Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan. These like since my college career. But high school, I was a Paul Millsap guy, Tim Duncan guy. I played big. Like since I'm playing the four now, but I was playing the five when I was in high school. So like I was watching a lot of Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, like good footwork guys. And then as of late, going into JUCO and stuff, started to feel more in that shooter's role and just expanding my game. So those are definitely the guys I watch on an everyday basis, though, for sure.
So I was looking at your bio, and one of the unique things I saw is that it said your great uncle played for the Globetrotters, Clyde
Yeah,
Sinclair, for
yeah,
17 years.
yeah, man.
Now, this man must have had stories for you.
Yeah,
Do you got anything good you could share with us?
man. Not too many stories off the top of my head because we it's so much that he has told me. But it's funny because one of his friends growing up is actually from Chicago. He's on the Chicago Bears. He coaches there. And he actually came to the game as well. And I went to their house up north for Thanksgiving, and they had me over. Really, really nice family. Really cool guy. And he was just telling me like just a whole bunch of stories about how he was just a crazy dude and how he worked hard and how he just like he can see a lot of him in me. So it's just fun to see and like just to see like how like the genes kind of can create itself and just continue. So definitely one of my big role models.
That's awesome. You mentioned that you were in pro, you were looking to turn in pro potentially. What's your eventual goal? Where do you see yourself falling in the next few years?
Man, only God knows. Wherever I can just hoop and just continue to expand my game. Obviously, money is, that's something that everybody wants. But I think right now, since I'm still young, it's more about the experiences and the relationships. I plan on traveling the world. I would love to play, overseas. I would love to play in the NBA. So we don't know what can happen 6 months from now. So I'm gonna just continue to pray about it and keep doing what I can do.
And then CJ, when your playing career is over, what do you see after that?
After that, probably something in the I'm an entrepreneurship major, so I want to own something. I'm not trying to work for nobody. So we'll see what we
It's a
start a trucking business, start a something. We're gonna see what we can do though. But right now, I'm just going with plan A. We'll make some money.
All right, I love this. What let's turn it back to Chicago State. You now that you got that first win, I know you guys are thinking it's time. Like it's go time now. We got to make a run. It's February. If we're going to make a push into the conference tournament and get the highest seed possible, what do the Cougars need to do to position yourselves for a run in March?
I think it's I would say just to continue to feel this feeling. As you can see, our season hasn't been great as far as wins. So we need to like actually take this one in and know this feeling and not forget it because it's easy to win and then come into practice and have a slow practice or go into the next game and think, oh, okay, we're good. We got it, we got one. We're gonna be able to just go out there and win. It's not gonna be that easy. So I think just to continue to be just continue to work hard and just be hungry. Like I said, a couple games we like to slipped away from us, and I feel like we've had a lot of good games. We just haven't been able to close them out. So I think just continue to play hard, continue to play like we haven't got a game yet, but just remember this feeling because we want to feel this feeling for as many games as we can, and hopefully get in this tournament.
There we go. We heard it all from CJ Ray. CJ, this was a great interview. Thanks for coming on board with us.
I appreciate it.
All right, that was Chicago State's CJ Ray on the Commitment to Success Spotlight brought to you by Provident Bank. Provident Bank, commitment you can count on.